everyone, so today I will be doing a video focusing on the new iPhone 7 Plus, which I just purchased. It's here in this rather sort of cheap looking plastic bag from Apple. I really enjoyed this phone, however several features of the iPhone 7 Plus made me want to switch it up, so I won't be using this one anymore. If one of you is interested in purchasing it from me, go ahead and email me. I'm not even sure that I will sell it. It does have a little scuff up here in the corner, but is otherwise in perfect condition, and I'm going to switch over to the iPhone 7 Plus. I'm really excited about this. I essentially ended up purchasing it outright from the Apple Store in Pacific Center. Reason being that I really like my plan on Fido. It's very inexpensive for the 6 gigs of data that I have, which I need for all of my social media, and they no longer offer that plan. I usually skip the S models and go ahead and purchase a new phone when there's a full new model coming out, and several features of this phone made me want to buy it, and the first, I think most important one, was the size that really pushed me to go ahead and spend the money on this phone. So let's go ahead and start by unboxing it. I do quickly want to say before we move forward, this unboxing and review is not meant to be a fully technical one. There's a ton of techie guys, and women perhaps as well, on YouTube who focus on the more technical aspects of the phone. I'm not a techie myself. I'm a YouTuber and I'm a lawyer by day, and so I do use my phone a lot, and I care about how practical it is and how well made it is and the features of it. But this is meant to be a bit more of a woman's perspective. My channel does focus on aesthetics and style in general, and so as a result of that, I also decided to purchase the rose gold. So there's this top layer that comes off, and then I'll show you the phone and what's underneath. So right away, every time I kind of come into contact with this phone, it does continue to feel very big to me, because you can see the size difference. The iPhone 6, which was the phone that I've been using for several years, is quite a bit smaller, and the iPhone 7 regular is the same size and aesthetically exactly the same. This is the gold version of the phone, and I decided to purchase, as I said, the rose gold in the plus size. And the reason that I wanted the plus is that I've been using my phone much more than I ever did, and for more extensive periods of time, namely on the Shopify app, because I now run a business. I'm going to peel off the protective coating so you can see the phone a little bit better. But it still fits really well in my palm. I went into the store to just try and use it and see how well it fit in my hand, and as well, this may come across as silly to some of you, but for me it's important. I wanted to see if it fit in all of my handbags, and it did, so that persuaded me that I should go for it, and that it would be a good thing to do for my eyes, just a bit easier on the eyes to have a bigger phone. And just more user-friendly in terms of everything that I wanted to be doing on Shopify and also on my own site as well. So there's a Shopify for business and app that allows me to look at orders and fulfill orders. That's one side of it, and the other side of it is maintaining my site, which I sometimes do on my phone as well. So here's the phone. Let me show you a little bit more close up. I'll focus in. You can see the rose gold that Apple has put out, including for the 6 and for the 7, is very much on the pink side, and it took me a while to get used to that, because my idea of rose gold is more on the copper side of things, a little bit warmer rather than cool toned, but I started to really like it the more I looked at it, and I felt like it was also a nice change from the gold, so that it feels like, you know, for the money I have a bit of a change in terms of the technology that I'm using. There are 3 features that I sort of looked into that I liked other than the size about this phone. I would say the most important would be the camera quality. I've heard excellent reviews about the camera quality and how it's been updated since the iPhone 6. It's got a really neat new feature in portrait mode that allows you to achieve DSLR quality photos, apparently, or as they advertise. So you're now able to essentially blur out the background of the photo and focus in on the subject. So I thought that would be really neat, both for my business and also for my fun or sort of personal Instagram as well. something that I like to have fun with. So I'm hoping that those features are easy to use and that the results are consistent. I did towards especially the end of using this phone, the iPhone 6, feel like the camera quality was just really not in keeping with the quality that I try and put out. So a lot of the photos I felt like were quite grainy that I was taking, and it was very hard sometimes to focus in on things without getting that grainy quality. So I'm hoping that this phone will be better at taking photos, and I'm just really liking how it feels in the hand. It feels light and thin, as the phone has been since we switched from the 5 to the 6, but equally the large size of it is something that I've started to get used to already. Of course, the little jack, which has also been controversial because you're not able to listen to music and charge your phone at the same time. Honestly, that didn't even really enter my mind. I never listen to music on my phone. If I listen to music, it's usually on my laptop. So that was not a feature that was of great importance to me at all. The charging aspect of the phone, however, really hasn't changed. It's not wireless charging or anything, unfortunately, and it hasn't moved to fast charging like some, I think, Samsung devices now have a fast charging mode, and unfortunately there is no fast charging mode on the iPhone 7 or on the iPhone 7 Plus. It plugs into the wall otherwise normally with this little cable, as the iPhone pretty much always has. And if you peel this back, I don't think there's anything else underneath. It's just a nice chunky box that it comes in, and then you get this phone, and I'll put the amount that it retails in Canadian dollars in the info down below. Of course, if you have a good cell phone provider, usually they'll be able to provide you with a contract whereby they pay for part of the phone. However, as I said, I was in a somewhat unique situation where I didn't want to switch up my plan, and that was the only way that Fido would offer me any kind of new phone. So the nice thing about that, though, is that this phone is unlocked. I can go ahead and slip in my own SIM card and it'll work right away. I didn't have to pay anything for unlocking or anything like that, and I outright own this phone, so I can do whatever I want with it. Other features about the phone, other than the blurred effect background, would be the haptic touch. So instead of a squishy button here, a press button like you had on the iPhone 6 where you just press the button, you can see the photo of my cat. And for this one, it's the haptic touch, so it just responds to the pressure of your finger, the feel of your finger on the button, and there's no squishy feeling, which is going to be a little bit of an adjustment. Although I have to say, when I tried out the phone in the store, I didn't feel a huge difference. It's almost automatic. It's a bigger change in terms of how the phone works inside than it is about the user experience, in my opinion. Otherwise, I've also heard that the phone is a lot faster at processing and freezes up less often. I can't say that that's a complaint that I had about the 6, however. I was always happy with its performance, but I have heard that that has been updated and improved as well with the 7 models. I'll show you what sort of cases I like to use for this phone. I did quite a lot of research, believe it or not, into the cases that were available before I decided to purchase the phone. Having a case that I like is very important to me, both aesthetically and also to protect the phone. So I have one that's on its way, and what I'll do is I'll complete this video and my review of it in 2 weeks once I've made up my mind as to what I think of the phone. I'll also show you the cases that I've been using. I've ordered some cheaper options and a more expensive option as well. So I'm just going to put one of the cheaper options on the phone right now that I got off of Amazon. I'll talk a bit more about this once I fully review the cases, but that way the phone will be protected. Very important if you're spending this much money on a phone, and it's a solution that has always worked well for me. Hello everyone, so I'm back again with more of an opinion this time on the iPhone 7 Plus, as well as a case to show you. So this is the case I ended up purchasing. I really love this case. The other one that I've been using is this Vancouver one, which is from Amazon, and it was a really good price, and I'll show you the features of it in a second. But before that, let me just talk about the phone, then we'll get to cases. So I've installed everything on the phone, and it took 2 tries because the first attempt failed, but I figured it out in the end, and everything is just as it was in terms of apps. But of course, I now have the benefit of the bigger screen. I have to say, over 9 days, I have gotten completely used to the size of the 7 Plus. It doesn't really feel that big to me anymore. Yes, of course, compared to my hand size, it's large, but I think once you just sort of get used to it, you don't notice it so much anymore. Other than that, I find I can see things much, much better on my Shopify site, so that's a really nice benefit. I just feel like I can see all the specifications for people's orders on my order page much better than on the old iPhone 6. So that's a real benefit to me personally. As well, I've tried taking photos several times with it, and I'm extremely impressed. So I took a low light photo yesterday in a bar, just really poor lighting, and also kind of a little bit backlit as well, and I was really pleased with how the photo turned out. I actually decided to post it on Instagram because we were watching a Canucks game, and I just really liked how it didn't have the graininess. Even though it's not a perfect quality photo, it didn't have the graininess that that photo definitely would have had on the iPhone 6. So I was impressed with that. I think it actually took me a little bit of getting used to in terms of the home button with the haptic touch. If anything, it feels like more of a big change than the size of the phone. It just feels different to the touch, but something that I really enjoy about the phone is that you can actually customize the feel of the haptic system. So you can go ahead and go in settings and change that to your preference, which is a really nice feature. So those are really the features that I've noticed the most over the last 9 days. I've also found that the battery time on this phone is really excellent. Unless I'm watching a lot of Instagram stories or YouTube videos on the phone, I find that the battery easily lasts the whole day, and that's using my phone a lot. As well, coinciding with the use of this phone with the new iOS update, it comes with the bedtime system, which is sort of nice as an alarm. So I've been using that as well, but of course that's not something that you need to upgrade your phone for. You can go ahead and just download that if you have a recent iPhone, and it's just a nice way to sort of keep your sleep schedule organized, and you can pick specific days to activate certain times as well, which is really great. So I've been enjoying that too. So now just a word on cases. I have to say it was extremely hard to find a nice leather case for this phone. I found that most of the options are still for the 7, not the 7 Plus. I often have purchased Kate Spade cases in the past, but she really has not been putting out very much at all for this size of phone, and just not a lot of fun cases as well. They also were very expensive, around $100. So in the end, I did quite a bit of research, and I managed to find this case, which I'm obsessed with. It really has by far exceeded my expectations. It was 80 Canadian dollars on the Swarovski website, and it comes in black, gray, and pink. You can also get it without the front flap, but for privacy, I just really enjoy having that. I think it gives the phone a neat wallet look as well. And it's got the 2 card slots on the inside. It's Saffiano leather. It's got really beautiful crystal detailing. They're just really ingrained in here, so I don't think they're ever going to come out, and just really great shopping experience. It came really fast from Germany. The detailing on it feels really well made as well, so you can see that unlike other cases, I'll show you this one that I've also been using, it doesn't add a lot of thickness to the phone, so despite having a front flap, it's actually thinner than this teal case, which is also great as well. I'll link it down below for a more affordable option because it's also got a card slot in here, which is important to me because I have office access passes that I tend to keep on me at all times. So I really enjoyed both of these cases, but the Swarovski one especially, if you're looking for a gift for someone or you want to treat yourself to something that's a little bit more kind of professional but still feminine, just a really nice balance of style and functionality as well. The Saffiano leather on it is really outstanding, and I'm really, really happy with the quality and design of this case. I do try to always get a case for my phones, and touch wood, given that sort of approach of always casing my phone, I've never really damaged my phones before from Apple, so hopefully that will continue as a trend in my life. I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see my other video reviews on technology, I do have a playlist as well with the previous items that I've reviewed. I know they're a little bit different. All of them, like this one, tend to focus more on practicality and aesthetics in terms of the approach to the technology reviews. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on style. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!